Kenya President Uhuru Kenyatta says he will oversee a smooth handover of government to the incoming administration. He was speaking after the country's Supreme Court upheld the victory of William Ruto in last month's close-run presidential poll. The judges unanimously rejected claims of fraud by the opposition leader Raila Odinga, who had Mr Kenyatta's support. The Chief Justice, Martha Koome, said some of the allegations were nothing more than hot air, red herrings and forgeries. Mr Odinga said he respected the ruling, although he vehemently disagreed with it. Here is the moment the Chief Justice made the announcement.
This is a unanimous decision of the court, and we make the following orders. 1, the presidential election petition number E005 of 2022 as consolidated with the presidential election petition numbers E001, 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8 of 2022 are hereby dismissed. As a consequence, we declare the election of the first respondent as president-elect to be varied under Article 143 of the Constitution.
Well, the chairman of Kenya's Independent Electoral Commission, Wafula Chebukati, has also reacted, saying today's ruling was a testimony to the thorough job the Electoral Commission undertook.
Therefore, the Supreme Court judgment today is a testimony that the Commission conducted a free, fair, transparent and credible general election that met the democratic aspirations of the people of Kenya. The Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is finally vindicated.
Let's get more on this now. I'm joined by my colleague Richard Kagoi in Nairobi. Richard, what more did the Supreme Court judges say they took into consideration to come up with this ruling?
Majorly, the decision, they say, was informed by the fact that the petitioners, now these are the lawyers representing Mr Odinga and 6 other petitioners in this case, the fact that they were not able to demonstrate with evidence some of the issues that they had raised and some of the orders that they did seek from the court. So this touches on the result transmission system. It was issues or allegations about ballot stuffing. It was also issues to do with manipulation of particular voter information that was being either transmitted from a polling station and to the point when it was being downloaded to the National Tallying Center. So those are just but some of the issues that they did focus on, and they say this did inform their judgment.
Well, as in elections, you always have a winning camp and a losing camp. What's the mood in the country today?
I mean, there's a sense of either you would say relief or disappointment, depending with who you're speaking to. But it does sort of like bring a sense of closure in the country, because the whole issue about the contested presidential election was sort of like hovering of, you know, the entire country. And a lot of people that we spoke to said, you know, we've done our part as the voters, but then there's another issue here. It's the politicians to sort themselves out. So I think this now allows Kenyans really to move on and to focus on issues that really they're facing, whether it's challenges to do with the economy that I guess it's top of the mind of majority of Kenyans.
And so what happens now that the courts have upheld Mr Ruto's victory?
Well, so the constitutional timelines indicates that now 7 days after the confirmation of his election, he's supposed to be sworn into office. So he takes his oath of office next week on Tuesday. So he also had an opportunity to earlier address also the entire country just moments after the court confirmed his victory.
Our lengthy, suspenseful and protracted election has come to an end. After the results of the votes were declared, it was taken up before the Supreme Court for scrutiny to make sure, beyond all doubt, that the will of the people had prevailed. The court returned its verdict, and I welcome it with tremendous humility.
And Richard, as I mentioned in my introduction there, we've heard from Raila Odinga as well. He says he accepts the verdict, even though he vehemently disagrees with it. What more did he say?
Well, he says that for the moment right now is they were going to be giving an announcement to their supporters in terms of how they're going to be moving forward from here. What he says is the struggle in the country still goes on despite this setback that they suffered at the courts and, by extension, this election.
And I think perhaps one of the most interesting things in the last couple of hours or so is President Kenyatta, who gave a 7-minute speech but did not congratulate the president-elect William Ruto, nor did he even mention him by name. How strange is this?
It is really strange. Of course, doesn't come quite even as a surprise to a certain extent because they were really buddies. They really together in the first administration, 2013, 2017, and they fell out. Mr. Kenyatta had endorsed Raila Odinga to be his successor. So both of them have had differences. And if you heard Mr. William Ruto earlier on saying that they haven't spoken actually in months. Yeah. So this is the first time the president was breaking his silence following the election. So, yeah.
Richard Kagoi, thank you very much for that update on the story. We'll leave it there for now, but we stay with the story because supporters of Mr. Ruto took to the streets in Eldoret in the Rift Valley region to celebrate the Supreme Court's decision today. Mercy Juma has more.
A big part of Eldoret town was today completely inaccessible by vehicles. Thousands of people from the streets where big screens had been set up and residents were following keenly the proceedings of the Supreme Court.
IEBC opened the register of voters for the...
There were moments of periodic cheer as the people celebrated whenever the Chief Justice would give their ruling on each of the 9 items that the court was looking into. Not even the rains that poured at some point could make the people get off the streets. And then the Supreme Court announced that it had upheld the election of their son, and the town erupted into song and dance. There were moments of traditional chants as well, where the people knelt down and then spoke in their local language, congratulating President-elect William Ruto and just appreciating the process that he has gone through to get here. Most of the people we spoke to were just happy and joyful, and there were tears even amongst some of those who spared a minute to speak to us.
I'm very happy for our brother, William Ruto, being our 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. He has been an MP for more years. He has been a vice president for 10 years. Despite the challenges, he's here now. He's our ruling president.
We had a lot of anxiety, but ultimately, justice prevailed. Yes, we are so happy.
We really thank God for his greatness. He has shown he's God. He has favored William Ruto since the beginning. We say thank you, God in heaven. We are so happy.
Asante sana.
What the people are really looking forward to is the day or the moment when President-elect William Ruto will come to Eldoret or even just the North Rift, and then they will get a chance, as they say, to truly celebrate their son. Mercy Juma, BBC News, Eldoret.